let's get into not our first match of the night, but our main event of the night. Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Championship over AJ Styles, and the introductions for this match were crazy as well. What do you guys think about the introductions for this, the match itself, and Cody retaining?
I mean, we might as well go back to the original topic because that's the first thing I'm going to talk about with this match. Because man, I guarantee you that this was the one time where I bet you AJ Styles wished he wasn't a heel. Because that reaction he got, and you could tell too, he was trying to keep a serious demeanor, but you could tell that like deep down inside, he's like, damn, they really.
First of all, I didn't even know that was a thing with the phenomenal chant. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Really, that's another traditional tradition out there in France. When you say phenomenal, you have to sing that song, or that song is associated with the word phenomenal.
Like, that was the moment the camera was shaking and everything was going. I'm like, this is crazy.
I'm like Daniel said, like a soccer crowd. That's essentially what it was. I mean, like you said, the camera shaking. And then even before that, when Cody Rhodes' music finished and the crowd kept singing his lyrics up until the ring introduction. Like, I mean, like you can tell they were ready for the main event. But to the match itself, it was a tremendous match. I think they went 20 minutes, maybe a little shorter, a little longer. But it was definitely a great match. Definitely what you would expect between two guys that with the caliber of talent, and Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles.
Nearly went 30 minutes.
They went 30 minutes. Oh, actually, wow. Nearly. Yeah. So it was a tremendous match. The only thing that I wasn't like a huge fan of was the finish at the end. I know when Cody does that super Cody cutter.
Off the top rope.
I mean, when he does it off the top rope, I mean, as the opponent that's waiting to catch him, sometimes the timing can be off, and sometimes that opponent could be just standing there, just waiting for him. And I felt like that's what I saw with that AJ Styles. So then he hits that move, and then he hits the crossroads. So I thought it was kind of like it was an A match, but it kind of had like a B finish. But that's just a minor nitpick. But the match itself was tremendous. Another negative that I'll take from it, not with the match itself, but with the crowd. You guys remember, like at the tail end, I think like the crowd was randomly singing something.
Mm-hmm. Think so.
Yes. So I went on X to find that out, and apparently I think that was their national anthem. Or something like something. Yeah, so they were randomly sick. I don't know if it was because it hit a certain time during the day and then they just started singing it. I don't know if there was a certain point of the match where action was slowing down and they needed to keep themselves entertained. But that was one part of it I could do away with. But other than that, it was a great match. Like we said, AJ Styles was the perfect first opponent for Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. And obviously matches like this are hard to book, especially coming off of WrestleMania with Cody ending one of the greatest title runs of all time. So obviously going into this match, you already have a good idea that he's going to come out on top. So, so it was already hard. A match like this is already hard to book, but these two guys in a sense did make up for it with the great in-ring action.
Yeah, great match. I love seeing the great shape that AJ Styles is still, can still get in, and his presentation, he just looked phenomenal. My only thing with this, I think I felt like there could have been more build up to this match. I know, it's the first PLE after Mania, so I think we all, like we discussed in the chat, like we all kind of knew what was going down in this PLE. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Cody's not losing the title, first PLE.
France made me think for a minute.
Hey, I've been saying this for a while. I want another AJ Styles title run. All these guys like AJ, Randy,
KO,
KO, Sheamus, like these guys, they're getting up there. You know, let these guys shine, have their moments one last time before, their times come. But the fact that AJ just looks so great, I would love to see another title run. And also, I think the fact that how it was just like kind of a clean finish, I think just shows the stamp of how Triple H is running it. It just reminded me of like NXT, like just let the guys wrestle, have their match, just a decisive winner. You know, we're not in that era of all these DQs or falls.
Like the OC didn't come out.
Yeah, like unless there's a full blown story and they're gonna, drag this over like 3 PLEs, it's just like boom. We had a number one contender. He's going up against the champ. He doesn't win, and that's it. Like that's what I always liked about how Triple H ran NXT. During all those takeovers, it was just like, when you had the Andrades versus Shinsuke or the Ricochets and Adam Cole and stuff like, it's a decisive winner. And it's just like that's how it should be. Things should just be determined as is. And I thought it was a great match. Cody looked great. The crowd was definitely behind him. He's the number one guy right now, even though Jay was looking pretty good too. But yeah, definitely a great match. Hopefully you still get more out of AJ. I hope this isn't his last chase for the title. So
yeah, no better first opponent than AJ Styles, right? A guy of his caliber, a credible opponent, has put in so much work. Again, we want to see him with another title run at some point. And for Cody really to show his skill as well as that top guy. And I think when you talk about that stamp in solidifying his place, there's no better opponent. There's no better opponent than AJ Styles in my mind. And Cody's work, it's always impressive. He's getting better. I hope he continues this reign because after the draft and kind of leading up to the draft, it's kind of like he was in limbo, kind of just saying, hey, I'm the champion. I defeated the bloodline. It's like, okay, let's see you actually get in the match. Let's see you actually feud. And we had that face-off on SmackDown Friday before, and it was like, okay, now we're getting into something. Like WrestleMania was so long, like a couple, 4 weeks ago, and we haven't really gotten anything out of Cody outside of these promos and stuff like that. So it's actually good to see him get in the ring and go up against a credible opponent and actually have a feud. I don't know if this is going to be a feud or if just a one-off, whatever the case may be, but it's just good to see him finally get this title reign on the way, rolling out and getting on the way to seeing what he can do.
Honestly, technically, Cody is going to be in limbo until Rock comes back and they eventually have that one-on-one match. I mean, he's gonna have other be in other feuds and have another title matches. But let's be real, he's holding on to the title until eventually we get that match because of that little segment that they had after on their WrestleMania Raw.
Or until Roman comes back. I don't
think that should be so soon. I feel like after everything, all the build up and everything, in Mania with the Rock.
Right. No, you're right.
It doesn't need to even be like at
it's not going to be. So I'm saying it is going to be down the line, whether it's at SummerSlam or the Rumble. Or
I think what Brian is saying, he's not really going to.
Everything he does up until that point is just going to be Cody. Cody wins.
Like he's not going to lose. Like he's not going to be in a threat to lose until The Rock or Roman comes back. Roman hasn't gotten his rematch.
There's no more rematch clauses.
What?
There hasn't been rematch clauses in 2 years.
He's got to get his rematch. He's got to get his rematch.
Earn a rematch. Yeah, it's true.
A guy who held.
What do you think Cody did?
This is why the glasses.
He's probably not going to get his rematch until the whole bloodline and Rock shit is over.
Because of comments like that, Lewis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why the glasses.
Did Cody not lose at Mania and have to earn a title shot a year later?
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Cody was on Raw, and Roman was on SmackDown. Brand split, baby.
SmackDown whenever he pleased.
Brand split, baby.
He went there whenever he pleased.
It wasn't official, okay? It wasn't official. It wasn't official business, okay? But overall, Roman Reigns has to get his rematch. He held the belt.
No, I'm saying that's fine, but I'm saying like he's not just gonna come back. Oh, you got a title shot. It's like
yes, he is. If there's anybody in the company that should come back, unless it's The Rock putting himself in that position. If there's anybody else on the roster who should just show up and be like, "I'm your next challenger," it's the guy who held the belt for 4 years.
No, I know, but I feel like with I don't know. I feel like with
what do you want Roman to go through some King of the Ring tournament?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is no. I know that's an eventual thing. I know that's coming. I'm just saying. I feel like with Roman coming back and getting a title shot is more likely that he might actually beat Cody. And I think no, I know that I'm not against. Let me finish.
I'm just saying I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying I don't know if Roman comes back, he's gonna win. I don't know that.
I feel like he's a huge factor where that's a big possibility. I feel like right now we're in this like Cody's in his reign where like whoever he's getting, he's basically gonna win. And I think it's a time now to create these new stars. We got the Carmelo Hayes, the Ilya Dragunovs, the Dijaks coming in. Like, let's get the ball rolling on some new people. So it's not just, oh, look, he's going to fight AJ. We know he's going to win. Oh, he's going to fight.
Do you want Cody to do what he did in AEW when he was defending the TNT title?
I'm not saying he has to do anything. I'm saying I want WWE to establish people and make them look credible. Get a situation where we have a Swerve come up and shows out, and we're like, "Yo,
I am so glad you just said that, Lewis, and we'll get into it when we get to the match."
That's what I'm saying. With all these new people, it's like
I'm so glad you just said that.
We need some new stars.
But yes,
I don't want it just to be like, "Oh, look, Roman's back. He's the only one who can beat Cody." It's like, no, let's build some new stars. Let's create some momentum. Let's create some there was only
one star in the WWE when Roman Reigns comes back. Okay, let me just tell you that. Let me just tell you that right now.
What if Roman doesn't even come back?
Yeah.
What?
Man, hey, he the one has put in a lot of work, and we got a whole new bloodline coming in. Could it be Solo's time?
Let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next match. We have Damian Priest and his